Welcome back. It's me, Lou. All right, so I'm gonna apologize in advance. I'm not sure if I'm going to unbox this action figure. It's April. No, it's it's May 4th, 2023. May the 4th be with you. So I found this at my local Walmart today, and I don't know if this figure's been out forever and if I've just never seen it. But this is the first time I ever saw this in the wild, and it seems like it's been maybe like probably like almost 2 years, I think, since they unveiled the promotional photos of classic colored Gung Ho. Um, yeah, so I found this today, was really excited, and it's one of those deals where I'm not sure if I'm going to open it just because this one's box is kind of dinged up. And I'd like to see if I could grab a much more mintier box. And if that's the case, I'll probably open this one up down the road. So at the very least, I just want to do a quick comparison video of both figures while they're still in their boxes. You know, this will better inform you as to whether or not if this is something you need. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so back in 2020, Hasbro gave us the G.I. Joe Classified series. One of the figures early on that they blessed us with was Gung Ho. Fans were, really taken in by the new toy line, and, everyone was just excited about it. We were getting 6-inch scale G.I. Joes after all these years of begging for them. And they did not disappoint. Well, sorta. Some fans were kind of upset that, these figures took on a much more modern aesthetic and featured some weird, like, sci-fi weaponry and, like, gear options. Personally, it didn't bother me. I was just grateful to get them, and I didn't mind it so much that they kind of refreshed the characters so they looked a little bit more modern. But I do understand the argument, that a lot of people really wanted the much more evergreen classic designs. Which brings us to this. I remember on social media when Hasbro unveiled these photos promoting these upcoming figures that were classically colored. Such as Gung Ho, which we see here. There's also the Destro, which I have yet to see in the wild. And then the first two classic colored characters that kind of kicked everything off was the Baroness and Lady J. Which, if you have a Walmart near your house, chances are you've probably seen those figures just sitting on the shelves. But this one I just found today. Like I mentioned, I don't know if this is something that's been out in the wild for a long time, and it's just now that that we're getting it in my neck of the woods. But it was something I've been waiting for, and I'm glad to see that it's well worth the wait. It comes on the classic throwback design, with the classic card. You have the giant explosion with the character showcased. He has his original color scheme with the teal and like the dark gray. He comes with accessories that kind of echo the original figure, like the grenade launcher and then the backpack. And on the back you get the very abbreviated bio card up here. So these were the first two figures that came out, and I have yet to find a Destro. So I don't really know what the deal is with the distribution of these figures. Because like I said, for me it feels like it was like maybe close to 2 years when they unveiled the promotional shots of these guys. But it's just now that we're getting, or at least for me, it's just now that I'm getting Gung Ho. And I've always seen it in the one Target near my house, or the one Walmart near my house. I have to check out the other ones. And the box was kind of dinged up. I really want a nicer one, so that's the reason why I'm not opening this yet. But at the very least, I just want to do a side-by-side comparison, so, to help you decide if this is something you need. So initially, I thought it was just going to be, some color swapping, but you're actually getting different accessories. So if you look at it carefully, besides the fact that his outfits colored, with different colors, the gear is actually very different. His vest here really echoes the classic design. He has the grenades above his chest, strapped in. Like I pointed out, he has the teal uniform. Whereas the newer one, it seems, this like a modern approach to the character. The vest seems very much inspired by modern, tactical armor with some sci-fi elements. In some ways, it almost kind of resembles something you might have seen like in the movie Aliens by James Cameron. This kind of looks like more like a space marine than a G.I. Joe character. The bodies, they appear to be the same, but the flesh tones are a little bit different. This one's a lighter shade of pink, where this one is a little bit richer with the reds. The tattoos are also different. The classic one has a much larger tattoo on his chest as opposed to the first release. You can see the tattoo is much smaller. The head sculpts are different as well, surprisingly. Simple mustache, and this one here, he has the longer power mustache, and he actually has a mohawk underneath the hat. And he kind of resembles former UFC MMA fighter Chuck Liddell. Speaking of the hats are different as well. This one looks like Gung Ho's original hat, where the other one's a much slimmed down cap right there. Yeah, so there's a lot of differences here. You're getting almost like a completely different figure. Even the belt is different. So yeah, this is definitely well worth the purchase. You're getting a really unique, different action figure. The weapon options are very different as well. The classic one comes with a pistol and the grenade launcher, whereas the new one comes with some, pretty looking, futuristic looking weaponry. And he has the communicator on his forearm. So yeah, it's very interesting, Yeah, so if this is something you've been on the hunt for, it's well worth, checking out. Like I mentioned, it's just now that one of my local Walmarts received it. Chances are you might be someone that was lucky and maybe you got this figure months ago. But for me, I'm just seeing it now. My Walmarts are terrible. So yeah, I'm very stoked on this. This is a cool looking figure. And it makes me more excited for the Destro because the Lady J and the Baroness, they weren't too different than the original figures, but this one is really something special. Alright, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. And again, I apologize for not unboxing this, but I hope this gave you some insight, as to the differences between the action figures. You're getting like a completely different action figure with the classic Gung Ho. So, be on the lookout for it. It's pretty neat. Alright, so wrapping this up, once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.